This week, a man sat next to me on a plane decides to take his shoes off. Good morning, and Sawadi Tong Chow from Bangkok. Today the adventure really begins. So we are going on a 2-week visit to Borneo. We're starting from Bangkok with a flight to Kuching in Sarawak region of Borneo. And today we have 2 flights with an airline that has changed its name a couple of times. I'm flying with Batik Air Malaysia, which is a Malaysian subsidiary of the Indonesian airline Batik Air, but I paid for my tickets with a company called Malindo Air, which apparently is now called Batik Air because Malindo had some PR issues in the past, and the parent group is Lion Air, and Lion Air Indonesia has one of the worst safety records in the country's airlines, which doesn't fill me with joy, if I'm honest. I was reading through the safety history of Batik Air, and apparently, let me get the facts right, so on the 25th of January 2024, a flight from Kendari to Jakarta with Batik Air, the pilots fell asleep for 28 minutes in the flight and veered off course. The air traffic controllers tried to reach them and they didn't communicate, and then the pilots woke up and landed the plane safely. So I think that either shows that the technology in aircraft these days is so good that pilots don't need to be flying the plane anymore, or that was luck and they landed safely because of the gods or because of whatever you believe in. They landed safely. So today we've got a really tight connection in Kuala Lumpur International Airport. We are leaving from Bangkok Don Muang Airport, which is the main low-cost airport in Bangkok. We have a 1-hour connection in Kuala Lumpur, which is only 5 minutes more than the minimum connection time allowed for domestic flights, and this is an international tour domestic flight. So I don't know if we're going to make the second flight, and if we don't make the second flight, there aren't any more flights to Kuching until tomorrow. So I'm hoping that we land on time, and that my seating drawer is putting me closer to the front of the aircraft so I can get off sooner, but we will see what happens. So stay tuned, and I will check out of the hotel, get a grab to Don Muang International Airport, and then I will see you after security, because I'm not going to try filming Thai security. If Spanish security, if you've seen my previous video about Madrid airport, security in airports do not like people filming them. So I will see you then. So the first flight today is from Bangkok's Don Muang International Airport to Kuala Lumpur International Airport in Malaysia, and then to Kuching International Airport in Borneo, all on Batik Air. Welcome to Don Muang International Airport. through security and passport control in about 5 minutes. Not much happening here really. It's quite a sleepy airport and basic. There's a couple of shops and restaurants, but not much else. I've got about an hour here before I board my flight to Kuala Lumpur. I don't think I'll get to film much because I'm in an aisle seat, but we'll see what we can do when we get on board. So there really is nothing in Don Muang Airport. A few concession stalls, really uncomfortable wooden seats, and really low ceilings that make the terminal quite dark. But the terminal was quite empty. There were only a handful of flights at this time in the morning. I wouldn't like to see it on a busy day though, when you've got lots of low-cost airlines taking off around about the same time. This terminal would easily get full and cramped, and there aren't enough chairs for everyone. There are a couple of rows of business class on Batik flights, in a 2x2 configuration with reclining seats, but they're really not that different to the economy class behind. Unfortunately, this is about all I could film on the first flight with Batik Air, because the flight attendants were enforcing an electronics ban and making sure people stopped using phones, tablets, e-readers, laptops. They would come and take it off you if they saw you using it, so I had to be really discreet in what I was doing. So when I landed at Kuala Lumpur Airport, we seemed to land in the satellite terminal, which was an absolute maze of corridors with hardly any signage. Eventually I followed the crowds and that big yellow sign to a bus to take me to the main terminal, at which I had to walk through the whole check-in area with all of the international flights to a small domestic area. There really wasn't much to see in the Kuala Lumpur's domestic terminal, so I sat and waited at the gate for about 30 minutes before I boarded my second Batik flight to Kuching. 5 minutes after boarding, it was time to take off towards Kuching. So I pre-ordered a meal ahead of taking this flight. I got the vegetarian nasi lemak with mock chicken. It cost 10 Malaysian ringgit, and I'll put the equivalent in pounds and dollars. The picture on Batik Air's website didn't quite live up to what I actually received, but it was tasty nonetheless. So like everyone else on this flight, I tried to recline my seat, but this aircraft was battered and bruised and my seat wouldn't recline, and that probably has something to do with this aircraft being over 10 years old and not in the best condition, as you can see from the dirt and scratches on the window. The legroom as well on Batik Air should be 31 inches, but this definitely wasn't that. After about an hour, we started our descent into Kuching, passing over remote rainforest communities and long winding rivers, and there was quite a bit of turbulence as well. The pilot and the cabin crew didn't tell us, and they also didn't put the seatbelt sign on, so I'm not quite sure what happened there, but it was a nice view out of the window, and definitely not something you see every day coming from Europe. So I spent about 25 minutes just watching the rivers and forests go by out of the window. And soon it was time to land into Kuching International Airport to really begin this adventure on the Malaysian side of the island of Borneo. When we landed, I quickly got a grab taxi and got on my way to my hotel for the next few nights here in Kuching. So I've just arrived at my hotel. This is the Meriton Hotel in Kuching. It's quite central to everything that is in the city. It's a nice double bed that squeaks. And it has kind of a sea view. I don't think you can see. The windows don't open, but there is a sea view of a river view above some buildings. Anyway, what did I think of Batik Air Malaysia? Well, in the first flight there isn't much footage because the cabin crew stopped everyone from using any electronic items at all throughout the whole flight. They were walking up and down the cabin telling people off for using their phones, using tablets, using Amazon readers, anything electronic. They would take it off you and make you turn it off. The only footage I have from that flight really is a man who decided to take his shoes off and stick his feet in my face, and who kept coughing and spluttering all the way through the flight. Then there was the arrivals chaos at Kuala Lumpur airport. We had to arrive into Terminal E, I think, and walk down a long corridor that was badly signposted to get onto a transfer bus to the customs and passport part of the airport. So I had to go through arrivals to then walk to the other side of the check-in hall to the domestic check-in section, to then go through passport control and security again, and then that took me into the small domestic section of Kuala Lumpur International Airport, which was, there wasn't much happening. It was quite small. There were a couple of gates, I think there were about 6 or 8 gates in total, and not much happening. There weren't many shops or cafes either. And then I had a 30-minute wait for a taxi from Kuching airport because of heavy traffic on a weekend. So today is Saturday, I think. Yep, Saturday at 8 PM. So the restaurants and bars are all busy and the roads are full. I'll start the Borneo tour tomorrow properly, but I think I'm going to go out to a 7-Eleven that I saw when we were driving past in the taxi, get a couple of things for tonight, and then I think it's going to be an early night again before we start the proper exploration tomorrow morning. I'm lost already, and it's raining. I can't actually find the river. It looks like there's a storm coming in. There's lightning and thunder. It started absolutely chucking it down. Look, see if you can see out of the window. Can you see the rain? And the thunder and lightning. So I thought early night for today. I'll try and find the river again tomorrow. I thought I would come back, eat my peanuts from 7-Eleven and watch some guy on YouTube going on a ferry from Ireland to France. Because why not come all the way to Borneo to watch Steve Marsh on a ferry in Ireland?
Which I'll take, but let's head out now, see what time it is, see what's happening out there. Wi-Fi is available on board.
Well, peanuts are grown in Malaysia, so technically it's Malaysian cuisine. Well, anyway, everyone, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like this video, and the next video we will explore Kuching properly, rain or no rain. And then we've got a few more places to see in Borneo. We're going off the beaten track in a couple of days time, so yeah, keep watching, get subscribing, tell your friends, and come with me as we get deeper and deeper into the interior of Malaysian Borneo.